Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little bit of I guess trailer analysis technically is what I would call this. Basically, I wanted to give my thoughts on what I think the plot of the new Superman movie will be. We just got the first teaser trailer and everything looked really fantastic. A very awesome tone setting trailer that kind of revealed a couple things. And then based off of some set leaks, I think I can kind of put together what I assume the trailer or the movie will be about. So essentially what we know from the trailer is Superman, he's a hero, people like him, and then at some point people turn against him, and it looks like something happened, maybe some sort of a disaster happened, and we see people throwing cans at him. And the interesting thing that I noticed is we see what looks like maybe a kind of like a memorial site, and Guy Gardner kind of comes to console Superman in a way. It looks like he's like, shooing away the crowd, kind of blinding them from what they're about to see with Superman and Guy Gardner. And it looks like they're there to be like, hey, these things happen. So what I'm taking away from that is, okay, let's go back a little bit to the set leaks that happened around July last year. Essentially, we saw a lot of their costumes, and what people gathered from the set leaks is we saw a lot of them had let me get this right, the Lord Tech logos on their specific costumes. So what that kind of tells me is this group of superheroes, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, all these people are potentially going to work for a company. Maybe they're government funded, maybe they're corporate funded, something like that. Kind of like, the boys, and Invincible, their team. It's going to be a take on that, where it's, instead of just being a group of heroes, it's a funded group of heroes. So what I think is going to happen is these superheroes are already established and they're already well-known superheroes, and then Superman shows up, and initially Lord Tech, they're trying to pull him in. They're trying to say like, yeah, Superman, come join our team. We need a guy like you. And at first Superman's like, yeah, this is great, I get to team up with all these other heroes. This is fun. This is exactly what I thought I needed. And then something happens. Maybe it's that scene that gets people to turn against Superman, where it's revealed, okay, you know what? Working for this corporation means that I can't be a hero in the way that I want to be a hero, and it's compromising my integrity. It's compromising all these other superheroes' integrity. Essentially, we're not as pure as we should be, and so that's gonna cause, this rift between Superman, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, all these other heroes. So I think at first they're gonna kick his ass, and they're gonna have the kryptonite bullet. Maybe Lex is the person who takes him down, and that's what leads to the scene in that snowy tundra area where he's all beat up. He's like, "Crypto, take me home." I think that's going to take place after what I want to say is the Justice Society. I want to say they turn against him. I remember seeing somewhere James Gunn saying Justice Society was in the movie, but maybe not. I talked to someone on Reddit and they said that wasn't the case, so maybe that's not a thing, but I thought it was. So I'm going to say Justice Society, but it could be any other team. But they turn on Superman, they kick his ass. He's weak, he's vulnerable. He goes, Crypto takes him to his Fortress of Solitude. And in the meantime, the corporation, either they try and set up a supervillain event to have their guys save the day and get the crowd back on their side, or an actual threat comes down and it's too much for them to handle. So they call upon Superman. They're like, okay, look, we need your help. We know we've been assholes to you, but this is serious. We need Superman. And Superman comes and he's like, all right, I'm going to help you guys. Let's fight. Let's save the day. And what they take from that is they take the idea that they shouldn't be heroes for a paycheck. They should be heroes for the sake of heroism. They should be they should have more integrity. They should actually fight crime because that's what they should do. They have these powers, and Superman is the symbol that instills that mentality in these other people, disbanding the Justice Society and forming the Justice League at the end of the movie. So that's kind of what I'm thinking the plot will be, based on what I've seen, based on set leaks, based on vibes in general. It kind of feels like that's where they're going, and I don't know, I think that's a good idea. I think using Superman as this symbol of what heroes could be, especially in an era where a lot of superhero media is more like a take on whatever, you know, it's a Superman if he was a bad guy, The Boys, Homelander, all that, where it's like, if superheroes were real, they would be corporate, they would be shills, they would do all this stuff, and they would suck. And it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, maybe they might be like that, but it's also kind of like nice to think if superheroes existed, they would be like Superman, and I think this is going to be a really fresh take on that trope. I think it's going to take this kind of negative mentality we've had towards superheroes the past few years, this whole cynicism wave of heroes. I think it's going to be nice to see a hero that's hopeful, a hero that's good and believes in truth, justice, and the American way and all that. I really like that concept. I think it's a beautiful way to play on what we've already seen established. So that's my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It's different for me to do something like this, but it's also fun to talk about other things than action figures. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and I will be back with another video, hopefully very, very soon. Bye.